Hey, it's Jenny from Planmyweekend.ai, the go-to guide for fun, social things to do across thousands of cities. And today, we're heading to one of the most magical cities on Earth, Istanbul, Turkey. Now here's the thing about Istanbul. It's ancient, it's vibrant, it's got layers of history and culture that stretch across 2 continents. But what a lot of people don't realize is that you can experience some of the city's best sights, sounds, and moments completely for free. You don't need to splurge on fancy tours or expensive attractions to feel Istanbul's soul. So here it is, your ultimate guide to 10 free things to do in Istanbul, Turkey. Let's dive in. Number 1, watch the sunset from Galata Bridge. Let's start with a view, and few places beat the Galata Bridge at sunset. Spanning the Golden Horn, this iconic bridge connects the old city to the modern side and serves as one of Istanbul's most atmospheric hangouts. In the evening, you'll see locals fishing off the sides, ferries cruising beneath, and the minarets of the city glowing gold in the setting sun. Turn one way and you'll spot the domes of the Blue Mosque and Hagia Sophia. Turn the other and it's the buzzing energy of Karaköy. No ticket, no schedule, just you, the skyline, and the sound of seagulls calling over the water. You can grab a bench or simply lean on the railings with a simit in hand, watching the city wind down. For many, this is when Istanbul feels most alive, when the calls to prayer echo across the water and the lights begin to twinkle. Number 2, wander through Sultanahmet Square. Right in the heart of the old city lies one of the most historically rich public spaces in the world, Sultanahmet Square. Once the site of the ancient hippodrome of Constantinople, this open plaza is surrounded by some of Istanbul's most iconic landmarks, all of which you can admire for free. You'll be standing between the legendary Hagia Sophia and the majestic Blue Mosque. The fountains in the square add a relaxing soundscape, and flower beds bloom in the spring with tulips, Istanbul's favorite flower. Look closely and you'll see ancient obelisks, including the obelisk of Theodosius, that date back to Egypt and Roman times. There's no entrance fee to walk the grounds, and if you come at dusk or dawn, the crowds thin out and the atmosphere becomes almost otherworldly. It's like a free open-air museum, and it's all yours to explore. Number 3, visit the Blue Mosque. Right off Sultanahmet Square, you can actually step inside one of Istanbul's most iconic religious structures, the Blue Mosque, without paying a single lira. Officially known as the Sultanahmet Mosque, this 17th century masterpiece is still an active place of worship, but it welcomes visitors throughout the day. Before entering, you'll remove your shoes and women are asked to cover their heads. Once inside, take a moment to gaze up. The mosque's stunning blue tiles, cascading domes, and intricately painted ceilings are a jaw-dropping experience. It's quiet, calming, and intensely spiritual, even if you're not religious. Outside, the courtyard offers beautiful symmetry and space to reflect. And because entry is free, it's one of the best ways to experience Ottoman architecture and Islamic artistry up close, without ever reaching for your wallet. Number 4, get lost in the Grand Bazaar. You don't need to spend a dime to enjoy the Grand Bazaar. Just walking through this massive, colorful maze of shops is an adventure in itself. With over 4,000 stores stretched across 60 alleys, the Grand Bazaar is one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world. You'll pass stalls selling Turkish rugs, lanterns, ceramics, jewelry, spices, and all sorts of handmade crafts. Even if you're not buying, the visual overload is worth the visit. You'll hear shopkeepers bargaining in multiple languages and catch the smell of roasted nuts and fresh apple tea wafting through the air. It's like stepping into another century. You can explore for an hour or get blissfully lost for a whole afternoon. And while temptation to buy something is real, simply looking, learning, and soaking in the vibe is completely free and totally unforgettable. Number 5, stroll along the Bosphorus promenade in Ortaköy. For a scenic, relaxing experience that brings you right to the edge of Europe, head to Ortaköy and walk along the Bosphorus promenade. This neighborhood has a bohemian feel with its waterfront cafes, artsy shops, and incredible views of the Bosphorus Bridge stretching into Asia. The promenade is a perfect place for a leisurely walk. You'll pass street musicians, artists sketching portraits, and vendors selling kumpir stuffed baked potatoes and fresh squeezed juice. The Ortaköy Mosque sits right on the water, and while small, its location makes it one of the most photographed spots in Istanbul. Sit on the steps, watch the ferries float by, and see the sun glint off the water as locals chat and children play nearby. It's one of those places where you don't need a plan. The city provides the soundtrack, and all you need to do is show up. Number 6, climb to Pierre Loti Hill for a panoramic view. For one of the most sweeping and completely free views of Istanbul, make your way to Pierre Loti Hill. Located in the Eyüp district, this hill overlooks the Golden Horn and offers a peaceful, elevated escape from the buzz of the city below. You can hike up through the cemetery path or take the public cable car, which is is free with an Istanbul cart. Once you're at the top, you'll find benches, shade, and an unbeatable view of minarets, mosques, and winding waters stretching toward the Bosphorus. While there's a cafe named after French writer Pierre Loti, who loved this view, you don't have to buy anything to enjoy the setting. Bring a snack or just sit and take in the moment. Locals come here to reflect, couples to unwind, and travelers to snap that perfect Istanbul photo. It's one of the calmest spots to get a bird's-eye view of one of the world's most vibrant cities. Number 7. Explore the historic streets of Balat and Fenire. If you want a taste of real local Istanbul, skip the crowds and head into the colorful neighborhoods of Balat and Fenire. These two historic quarters along the Golden Horn are filled with winding cobblestone streets, brightly painted houses, ancient churches, and everyday life scenes that feel unchanged by time. This area used to be home to Greek Orthodox, Armenian, and Jewish communities, and the architecture reflects that blend of cultures. Wander past historic synagogues, hidden courtyards, and murals tucked into side alleys. You might see laundry strung between buildings, kids playing football in the street, or neighbors sharing tea on the steps. There's no ticket, no entrance fee, just your feet and your curiosity. It's one of the most photogenic and authentic parts of the city, where history and modern-day Istanbul merge on every corner. Number 8. Visit Istanbul Modern's Waterfront Sculpture Terrace. While Istanbul Modern's full museum space requires a ticket, here's a tip. The sculpture terrace outside is open to the public and completely free. Located in the Karaköy area along the Bosphorus, this modern art space often features large-scale installations that you can enjoy just by walking around. The real draw, though, is the setting. With the Bosphorus straight in front of you and the old city skyline in the distance, it's a blend of contemporary creativity and timeless Istanbul beauty. You'll find modern sculptures, sea breezes, and sometimes even local musicians performing nearby. Whether you're into art or just love a great waterfront vibe, this free slice of Istanbul's creative energy is well worth the stop. Number 9. Catch a whirling dervish ceremony. While many whirling dervish performances in Istanbul come with a ticket price, some mosques and cultural centers offer free ceremonies as part of their religious or educational programming. These aren't tourist shows, they're the real thing, rooted in the Sufi tradition of spiritual reflection. If your timing is right, head to places like the Galata Bridge on certain days for a chance to observe, or look for free cultural events hosted by local municipalities, especially around religious holidays or heritage weeks. The ceremony is slow, hypnotic, and deeply symbolic, featuring spinning dancers in white robes who move in rhythm to live spiritual music. Even if you only catch a few minutes, it's a profound and peaceful moment that gives you insight into Turkey's spiritual history. Number 10. Walk across the Bosphorus Bridge on Republic Day or Marathon Day. Here's a rare one, but if your timing is right, it's a bucket list moment that won't cost you a dime. The Bosphorus Bridge, which normally carries cars across the strait, is closed to vehicles during special events like Republic Day and the Istanbul Marathon. On these days, the public is allowed to walk across, making it one of the few times you can stand literally between two continents. As you walk, Europe is behind you and Asia lies ahead. The view is nothing short of epic. Miles of water, minarets, and hills in every direction. People wave flags, take selfies, and celebrate the city's unique geography and spirit. If you happen to be in Istanbul during one of these events, don't miss your chance to walk from one side of the world to the other, on foot, for free. And that's it. 10 unforgettable, completely free things to do in Istanbul, Turkey. From ancient mosques to hilltop views, colorful neighborhoods to spiritual rituals, Istanbul invites you in with open arms. No expensive ticket required. If this guide added something new to your list, give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more travel ideas. And if you want to discover fun, social things to do in Istanbul and thousands of cities around the world, head to Planmyweekend.ai. I'm Jenny. See you in the next city.